and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in it?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
And we're back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show. We have a sold-out arena tonight here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, presented by ACAC Concepts. With each bar purchase, you are helping feed, support, and transform lives of those in need throughout the world. Get yourself a Kai's bar. Also by Perry Broadcasting, Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Impressions Printing, and my man, Big O's Barbecue. Hello, we have with us on tonight the middle school sensation baseball, softball team, Belle. We have student athletes Sarah Litle and Olivia Giles, along with their coach, Shyanne Gatrost. So it is so excited to have you guys on tonight. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, listen, let's get started. We did all of this stuff in the pregame, so let's just get right to it. Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into coaching and when you started at Belle.
I have been at Belle for 6 years. I started coaching last fall whenever we started the fast pitch program at Belle. So last year was our first year having fast pitch softball, and yeah.
All right. Hey, so ladies, Sarah and Olivia, tell me how long your parents prepped you guys for this earlier. How long have you been playing softball? And just kind of tell me what your experience has been for, I'm assuming, the last 2 years at Belle.
We've been playing, me and Sarah have been playing together for around 10 years since we were 5, and we've been playing together for 2 years at Belle.
Gotcha. So, Sarah, tell me, what's your experience been?
It was really fun. It was really cool to just be the first people on our Belle softball team and learn about how we can all work together.
Gotcha. So you've been playing softball for a while. How does it feel being back-to-back ACAC champions? Tell me what that was like.
It's really exciting, because last year was our first year playing softball, so to be the champions was really exciting.
Sure. Olivia?
Yeah, I think just being able to win it 2 years in a row was a really exciting 2 years, and I'm just glad that we got to win both years. So,
Coach, you win 2 back-to-back, so you have a dynasty now. I think it's 2, maybe it's 3, I don't know. How do you feel like softball is changing the lives of your student athletes?
I think with Belle, we have grown our athletics program over the last 2 years. So I think we're usually known as an academic school, but in the last 2 years in developing this program, we're showing that we're not just about athletics. We also have incredible athletes, and for them to shine through this. So it's been a really fun experience, and developing leadership, I think, is a huge thing for all of our students.
So you're saying since OKCPS acquired you all, you've just been whooping some softball behind, huh?
Maybe just a little.
Just a tiny bit. Hey, ladies, obviously with the enormous popularity around women's softball, and let me just shamelessly say the University of Oklahoma women's softball, right? Mm-hmm. With the World Series being held here in Oklahoma, and now the soon coming professional softball women's team to Oklahoma. How do you feel like, and do you watch women's softball at that level? And then how do you find it inspirational? And you can both answer the question.
So it's really inspiring to think that maybe one day we could be out there on that field playing softball too. It's just really cool to think about it like that.
Sure.
I think it's fun to just be able to watch girls playing the same sport that we are and just we can learn different things from them, and
Gotcha.
it's just fun to watch them.
Do you have aspirations to go on and play at your high school and then potentially long-term in college potentially?
I think for me, definitely high school, and
Gotcha.
then go from there.
Gotcha.
I've been thinking about it. I might play in high school. It's definitely a possibility.
Got you. Well, it's cool to do it if that's what you want to do, but I'm sure you guys are great students, obviously been at Belle academically, so have a lot of opportunities and things to pursue. So, Coach, tell me, how do you find just the popularity of women's softball, and how is that impacting you as a coach and your team, and then what is your conversation with them about taking those next steps?
I think throughout this season, I have told them to get out and watch softball. Watch different teams play, whether that's the collegiate, the high school level, whatever level, but watch the position you play, watch them, what do they do, and then mimic that. So I think that watching other people, you learn differently than when you're on the field. I think trying to teach middle school girls all positions so that when they go to high school that they're a little more well-rounded, because maybe their position that they play in middle school may not be available when they get to high school. So if they know other positions, then they may have an opportunity to start as a freshman if they're a little more well-rounded.
So Sarah and Olivia, tell me, what is it like, right, as softball players walking around Belle Isle? You're two-time state champions, right? Let's just make it bigger and bigger. What does that say? How do your fellow students treat you? And does all of the success come with responsibility? Like you guys got to interact and do all of the right things as you walk around those halls.
Well, so a lot of the kids didn't really remember. So you can't, all the banners are hung up in the cafeteria. So in the morning and like during the afternoon, whenever we eat lunch and breakfast, that's really whenever all the kids eat or look at it, I mean.
It's okay.
I don't know. It's just kind of normal, I guess, because not a lot of people remember or think about it as much.
Well, I need to come over and announce it. Like, yo, they won. Tell me, what do you think, Olivia? How's it feel?
I think definitely Coach Gatrost and a few other coaches at our school like to announce our wins during morning opening. So it's nice for everyone to know and congratulate us throughout the day.
Now, you guys are graduating, if you will. You're going to be going up to the big high school. And how are you, as you leave, are you encouraging other young ladies to, hey, you guys need to go try softball because you really want to keep the championship streak going a little longer? So what is that conversation with some of your other classmates and friends?
I've definitely tried to encourage a bunch of girls to try, because every year, even this year, mostly this year, we've had a lot of new girls try out, and it's fun to see them learn the sport and play. And I think if we keep encouraging other girls to play, then we can definitely get another win
Absolutely.
next year.
It's been like, if I keep telling the girls, join the team, sometimes they don't, but it's always good to encourage them because, it's good to have extra players just in case, something happens.
Absolutely. So you've been playing softball now all these years. Each of you, tell me what that one thing is that you feel like softball has taught you.
Well, first off, it's just nice to have encouragement, and so that reminds you to encourage people so you can also feel encouraged. So
that's a cool thing.
Yeah,
we need some more encouraging people in our world today. Olivia?
One thing I really like about playing is being able to create new relationships with other players on our teams and just make new friends. Definitely something we got to do this year. So
that's very thought-provoking. So, Coach, you've won two championships in a row. Tell me what's different from the first group that won, and tell me what is significant about this group.
Well, really, we kind of have the same team. I think we just lost one player from last year to this year, and then we added some new players. So I think we had a lot of that same passion and desire that we did last year, this year. There's a lot of heart, a lot of fun. I think some hard work definitely goes in there. But really, it comes down to the girls and their willingness to play.
Absolutely.
And how much and how hard do they want it. I think this season we had a few more games where maybe our nerves got the best of us in our first game, and then by the second game we were able to kind of, I don't know, be ourselves and play a little better. So then going into the tournament, utilizing our nerves and playing through them and working through our weaknesses and figuring out where we need to make adjustments and making them worked out really well for the girls.
Sure. So I'll let all three of you answer this question. What has become, in your estimation, Coach, the team's mantra, right? What is the one word, excuse me, that describes this team?
I kind of want to say, like, dedication is, I think, a big one.
Cool.
I definitely agree with dedication and a lot of teamwork.
Yeah, dedication and teamwork has probably been like a big role in like, creating our team and like making a better team.
Got you. So when we talk about this dedication and teamwork, Coach, what does practice look like, right? Walk us through what that looks like.
We warm up. That is the big thing. And stretching, then they have to run a W. I'll let the girls tell you their experience with a W. But we start and end every practice with a W. Y'all right? And then
I'm not dying on air, I promise.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
And then they play catch, and then kind of depends. I think the beginning of the season started out just a little rocky, but we got in there and we had a team discussion, and I think that's something that's also very valuable about what are you wanting out of this and what do we need. And then if it was a batting day, we did some different batting drills, whether that was high-low, whether that was just soft toss. We, on different grounding days, I think a lot of just practicing where the ball's coming, where we're going, and working on that muscle memory of where do I throw the ball, trying to pay attention. Sometimes it was more imagination of, hey, we have a runner on first base. Wherever the ball's hit, where are we going? So I think just a lot of that. And then there were times where we did a few exercises where if we weren't throwing the ball very well, we had to work on some exercising, and even just teamwork and what does that look like to be a team. There was one situation where I'm real big on kindness, and we treat people with kindness on and off the field and wherever you are. And one instance was we really had to work on being a team, and so they spent some time starting and stopping some sprints as a team.
Oh, see, I knew that this had a running ending. I really did.
But I think they were laughing by the end of it, and I think just that small exercise just turned around the rest of our season for them.
Now, ladies, tell me what the W is.
Okay, so you start at home.
Home. I'm looking out here at this beautiful Chickasaw Ballpark here, Dodger Stadium here.
So you start at home, you go all the way to third, and you touch the fence.
To the fence? I thought you were talking about the third base.
You go to the fence, then you go to second, touch that fence.
This is cruel and unusual punishment. Keep going.
You go back to second. You go to the first base fence, you go back to first, and then you run all the way to home.
And your principal knows that this happens?
Yes.
He or she can hear it now. You're in trouble, Coach. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's a part of it, right? Like you have to be in physical condition. So with that being said, Coach, how much do you talk about what you putting in your body before you play games or before you have practice? Or is that a conversation at all?
Yes.
And then I'm going to ask the ladies, hold on to this. What is your favorite meal that your parents make before you play the game?
So I think more at the beginning of the season, I talk a little bit about nutrition and hydration. And then every day, the girls talked about our morning opening. In sports, talking to them about making sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you bring a bottle of water. You're drinking that throughout the day. Because there were days where I would say it was at least 105 during practice. If not well up in the hundreds. So
sure.
Making sure we're hydrated, making sure we're eating well. Yeah.
Cool. So, ladies, what is that your mom or your dad, I'm not sure, they might cook too. What do you eat? What is that one thing that you're asking for that you feel like, this is going to make me play super well today?
Well, I don't normally eat before games because I'll get sick to my stomach.
I got it.
Same
Maybe.
for me. I definitely.
So I just eat like a granola bar.
Oh, that's so healthy, Sarah. Olivia, what are you eating? A Kai's bar.
Some granola bars. I can't even think of anything else.
Just granola bar and water is
Wow.
really it.
Yeah. Our parents really helped us out this year, and they brought some form of a snack. Because for us, we had about 30 minutes roughly before we would get ready for a game. So something heavy was not always the best. So maybe focusing on some fruits or a granola bar, a protein bar, just anything to help get them through. Because our games are at 5:30 and at 6:30, so it was rough to have a full meal before going in.
I was nervous, but I ate. I ate. I tell you, when I was in middle school, I ate some chocolate chip cookies and milk one day and scored like a lot of points. And so from there out, I ate chocolate chip cookies and milk before every game, and I was terrible thereafter. So it wasn't the milk and cookies. So how do you ladies balance the academic rigor of Belle with athletics, because there's still a high expectation for you to perform in the classroom? So how does that all balance out? I know that there's eligibility, and you two would have never been on that questionable list.
So most of the time we have like a little advisory. So most of the time I try and get my work done there, or after school before our games I try to get any work done that I have then. Most of the time I didn't come home with homework or any extra work, so.
And your parents don't question this? Would you come home with, I don't have any homework?
Yeah, no, they don't.
Olivia?
I think there's a lot of encouragement from our teachers and even coach, just reminding us that we have to keep our grades up for sports. So I think that definitely pushes us towards making our grades the best they can be, so we can make sure we can play softball for school.
Gotcha. So, Coach, tell us, do you teach in Belle? And I don't know if you told us what subject that is you teach at Belle. And then how do you balance all of that? Because as a coach, as a teacher, you know, you have all of these expectations. How do you balance that?
So I'm a school counselor.
Oh, yes.
And it's
Can we talk? Can we talk when we're done?
Sure.
Okay.
Sometimes that balance is hard. I think communicating to the girls that there are times that I may need to take care of something else before I make it to them. So making sure that we are organized, we have our system, really encouraging the 8th graders to be our leaders. They would get our practices started if need be, on this sense of just like warming up. And then I think just really learning the roles. And this year we started practice a little later. I think that also really helped. So I could finish my duties and responsibilities as a counselor before moving on to softball. And then whenever I was on the field, I could then be solely focused on the field rather than maybe what else has gone on in the day.
So you're a counselor, and I don't want to make any generalizations, but you clearly understand boundaries, and you clearly have to have some level of structure to be able to kind of move to one thing to the next. How do you think that has helped you in coaching? You take the Zen master himself that coached the Chicago Bulls, right? How do you think that kind of thought process helps you to be a better coach and to lead these young ladies?
I think sometimes is you have to just leave things at the door. Or I tell the girls, when you get on the softball field, nothing else matters. We're here to play softball. That's our focus. And that's where it needs to be. So even as the adult, you have to kind of do that sometimes too. You may need to just leave whatever's going on here. And then when I'm on the softball field, I'm on the softball field. And I'm dedicated to the girls and what we're doing that day. And also understanding that there's sometimes where maybe I need to step away and take care of something.
Sure.
Or sometimes just talking to the girls a little bit, like, we all have rough days, so how do we process that? What does that look like? And then also there's something powerful about hitting a bat, or taking the bat and hitting a ball and hitting it to the girls. It releases some of that stress, and I don't know, just being on a softball field makes things a little better.
No, it's really cool. Being a girl dad has helped me to be quiet. She does not want to hear what I say to the boys. So, ladies, question for you. Tell me, outside of the championship, what has been your best moment as a softball player at Belle? The home run you hit, the ball you caught, the base you stole. Tell me what your favorite moment is. And then, Coach, as they ponder that, I want you to tell me what kind of player each one of these young ladies is.
You can go ahead, Olivia.
Oh, my goodness. I can't even think of one good memory.
You can give me several.
I think winning the championship was one of our big ones. Just our very last game when we realized, like, we won, and that was really fun to share that memory and moment with everyone on the team.
Personal moment.
Oh.
Let's go to Sarah.
Yeah, I can't think of
And
one.
we'll come back to you,
Okay.
Olivia. Tell me your favorite, what you feel like was your best moment.
So I played second base, so I got to make like a lot of good catches and plays. So like plays like that were really fun to make, and probably hitting the home runs that I did hit were really fun.
How many did you hit?
I think like 2.
That's what I'm talking about. But every time someone asks you and you get interviewed, I think it was 3. I'm not sure. Just kidding. Olivia, personal moment?
I think definitely pitching during each game, being able to somewhat control the game and kind of just taking one pitch at a time and kind of just, I don't know, just controlling the game.
So tell me, what kind of pitches can you throw?
Oh, gosh. I can throw fastball, and I've thrown a few change-ups.
Yes.
But not great at that. But
How then can you do you tap your leg every time you do it, like I see on TV? Like you hit it or something?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just a part of it? It's just what we do?
Yeah. Everyone always does it a different way.
No,
but
I'm just,
yeah.
It's pretty cool to watch, obviously, watching college, and it's pretty phenomenal what you guys can do out there on that field. So, Coach, tell me your moment.
My moment for the girls or
For the
each
girls,
of them?
tell me what you think of what they brought to your team this year. You can praise them right now.
Okay, I'll start with Sarah. I think a big thing is she is such an encourager, and she has a loud voice, and she is a phenomenal runner. So she usually finishes her W's first. And when she hits home plate, because that's important to hit home plate, she is there encouraging until every single player gets through. So that is a huge thing that she brings to our team, is just that constant encouragement of no matter where we're at, if we're down, she can bring us up. And she is a great athlete. So, being able to she maneuvers well on the field and is adaptable. If you ask her to do something, it's yes with no questions.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then Miss Olivia, she is our pitcher, and that brings a lot. Like she said, that kind of controls the game. So she gets in there. She's very dedicated and focused, and she will also take whatever you tell her and then apply it. So yeah, her changeup is not the best, but she's practicing, and that is okay.
Keep throwing it.
Exactly. It's a safe place for her to do that.
Absolutely.
And to try it out. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. Try again. I think that's my biggest thing for the girls, is I would tell them, I don't care if you go up there and strike out. I want you to swing the bat. That's the one thing that we need to practice. And go ahead.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach. Gatrost and Sarah Litle and Olivia Giles and the Belle 2-time ACAC softball champs. Give them a hand. Yo, you're listening to Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Brought to you by Kai's, Perry Broadcast, and Oklahoma City Dodge Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. We'll see you on the other side.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Minneapolis holds a special place in entrepreneur and designer Houston White's heart. It's where he got his start. So whether it's launching the Get Down Coffee Company or his new Houston White for Target collection, Houston takes immense pride in giving you inspiring clothes around him. Now you can watch Houston discuss turning passions into reality and be a part of the Target's exciting new content series.
If I'm being honest, loving you the hardest thing to do, so I keep to myself.
This is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance. And you better watch out, because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They are experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and will fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy paint applicators, and GRK screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
For over 25 years, Chuck Davis State Farm has served Oklahoma City with coverage they can trust. Chuck believes in helping people manage daily risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Call 405-378-8008 or stop by the office, 9315 South Pennsylvania Avenue, Suite B, here in Oklahoma City.
Where can you holiday shop for anything you want, any way you want? Lowe's, actually. From the top tools to the top tech, find deals from all the top brands. Like a Craftsman 20-volt 2-tool combo kit. Was $149, now only $99. Then save time with more convenient ways to shop. Check back daily for deals during Black Friday month and start saving now at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid through 11/2 while supplies last.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Go ahead.
Don't pay for water. Pay for
Marvion.
clean.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Yeah, he was a little soft.
Hello. Are you ready, Mario? No.
Yep. Hey, Coach Tapia.
Hey,
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep, got me.
Hello.
Yep.
All right, we good.
Get the latest news, storylines, hear the coaches, and predictions with me and PJ Mills. Grab a cold drink and the food you need before kickoff. Then after the game, join us for CBS Postgame. The great Thomas Lopp will join us at Pepe's for reaction to the game, along with your phone calls, comments, all the while you're eating some great, authentic Mexican food that you get at Pepe's. They will have food specials all night long. They're located on Campus Corner, 786 Asp Avenue. It's CBS pre- and post-game for every home Oklahoma Sooner game. With me, James Hale, PJ Mills, and the great Thomas Lott. Be a part of the fun at Pepe's and your home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 105.3 FM HD1.
Yo, and we're back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show. Here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM, the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. We are here with this sold-out crowd to welcome in the soon-to-be championship-playing football team, Roosevelt Football, student-athlete Roman Manella and Marvion Herron, and they are coached by the one and only Coach Tapia.
How you doing,
who's
sir?
fresh off of his Bad Boys 2 premiere. Glad to have you today. Hey, guys, tell me what's happening, Coach. Tell me what's up next for Roosevelt and what's happening with the football team.
Oh, we actually just had our game rescheduled tomorrow for Spiegel Stadium at 7 p.m. against Jefferson. And then next week, Tuesday, we play John Marshall for the championship.
Now, just to say John Marshall, don't be trembling and stuff.
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you're alumni, sir.
All right, look at Roman. Hey, guys, so tell me, I think I've heard a little bit about Roosevelt before today. So, tell me what position you guys play. And just tell me, how you feel like the season is going thus far. I'll start with you, Roman, since you're the quarterback. Y'all like to be in control all the time.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm quarterback, number 5. I love my team. It's great playing on this team, man. Have a great coaching staff, a great O-line, great skill guys, and we have a great defense.
Cool.
Marvion.
All right, Marvion Herron, number 1, wide receiver, corner. I love playing on this team. Last year we were a little shaky, but this year we made a recovery. We're doing good. Good defense, offense.
Now, you play wide receiver, you're quarterback. Do you guys play on both sides of the ball? And if you play on defense, what position do you play on defense?
I play corner on defense.
I don't play defense.
Quarterbacks can't play both sides of the ball, Coach?
Yeah.
What's up with that? Is that like a philosophy? No, I'm just kidding. Coach, describe this team. I heard you say you guys were 7-0.
Yes, sir.
How has that happened? And then they talked about the shaky start last year. What's been the biggest reason for the turnaround?
Yeah, so it's my second year. Last year we were 2-5-1, and I think it was me getting my feet wet last year as long as coming back from COVID and just building reputations with like kids in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we had like 25, I think. This year we had to turn kids away because we didn't have enough helmets. So,
wow.
It's just building, relationships with these kids. And then as soon as we had a coaching staff come in, it was all about culture. And we had a weight program at U.S. Grant, and they showed up and showed out. We had a lot of middle school kids this summer. So
really, so tell me, guys, if you wouldn't participated in this weight training, how do you think that has impacted you? And tell me a little bit, describe a little bit about what that looked like, that off-season weightlifting.
Well, the off-season of weightlifting got all of us together and helped us get our chemistry up, and we all started working in the off-season.
So in these workouts, tell me, Roman, what kind of exercise were you doing? Bench pressing, kind of tell me what that looks like.
So we were doing bench press, squats, we were doing legs, arms, and stuff like that the whole off season.
Gotcha. Tell me, number 1 wide receiver, how did you see your body change? Do you feel like you got stronger? Do you feel like you were more durable as a result of a weight training program?
I actually didn't go. I went to training at QB Impact.
Okay, but you did something anyway this
yes,
summer.
Sir.
And tell me, how did that impact you? You feel like that was a huge benefit?
Yes, sir. I felt like I got way better as a wide receiver, sharpened up my routes, my press releases, all that.
As a middle schooler, he said press releases. Like I was a middle school football player at one point. I don't recall what kind of release it was. I just pushed somebody out the way and just ran down the field. But you guys are real technical these days. Coach, tell me, how are you in the educational part of helping them learn football? Obviously, I can just hear from some of their vernacular in terms of football. How do you guys teach that?
Well, for one, we try to air the ball out. That's one thing that you don't really see in middle school. So that's kind of what makes us a little different. But just like he mentioned, both these guys work, outside of our building. They do the QB Impact. They do outside training. So they're bringing, terms and vocabulary to help our other guys that, haven't had the luxury to do that. So then, my biggest thing is, I can kind of go more in depth on some of the play calls that we have, like he said, press release. We can have, we're doing back shoulder, stuff like that. That we haven't.
Middle school back shoulder.
Football. Yes, sir.
This is. So, I'm coming Tuesday.
yeah. And they air it out. I believe. How many touchdowns you get this year, Roman?
22.
22.
You've thrown 22 touchdowns.
22.
And 2 interceptions.
Roman, I'm coming to watch, man. How many of these touchdowns have you caught?
Like 7. He caught like 7 of them.
7?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Okay, all right. So Coach, where did you get your coaching background? Where did you start coaching, and then how long have you been at Roosevelt?
Well, I learned the game through. I'm from Lawton, so I played at Lawton High, and then
they were terrible back in that day. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm just kidding.
But I ended up going to Southwestern, playing a little football, and then I went to the military, and then I always knew I wanted to come back to football, and so with me coming back has been really special. Just first year coach, and then it seemed like everything was like a godsend this year. Just everything falling into place. We had a couple kids transfer from like out of state, and they just immediately had a spot. And so, yes, sir.
So tell me, just what is it like? How was this team success impacted Roosevelt, right? So, like, I know some people from the middle school, and they speak highly of it, a lot of pride at Roosevelt. So tell me, Coach, you can go first and let these guys, how do you feel like that's impacted the school environment?
The biggest one is I think this is the first year that we have had 0 kids on our ineligibility list. So that's big time right there.
And so,
it's just been big. We've hit we've tried to tackle the ineligibility and not just have them, maintain their grade, but we want to, shoot for A's and B's because, that's going to lead them to better opportunities in the future.
Sure. So you guys tell us what being an athlete, being undefeated, walking around Roosevelt hallways, and I know people know because you wear your jersey to school, right? So, so tell me, what does that feel like?
It feels really good to know that we're undefeated and we still have one goal in mind to win the championship, and that's the only goal in mind with all the football players around the school.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Marvion?
Yep, pretty much the same thing. I feel like we walk around, we got jerseys on. I feel like we can't be stopped.
You don't suffer from a lack of confidence, do you, Marvion?
Sometimes.
No, but I think it's good. Like, if you play out there, like, you got to believe you're the guy.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So Coach, tell me, you like to air it out. Where do you get your coaching inspiration? Like, who have you taken some ideas and models from?
Well, for me, I've always wanted to kind of get the balls to the playmakers in open space.
Sure.
And his father, he has helped us tremendously. I know he's kind of helped put the playbook together. We have another coach, Coach Myers.
Sure.
And they just, pretty much like kind of helped me.
Yeah.
I'm more of a defensive-minded guy, so like when it comes to like offense, I kind of had a playbook, and they ran with some plays, and then they took a lot out and then added some. So it's really been, like I said, a godsend on the coaching staff, athletes down the line.
So Roman and Marvion, tell me, who is that guy that on Saturday in the collegiate football that you're watching, or even in the NFL, who is that you are trying to pattern your football game after?
Well, I'm trying to pattern my football game after Caleb Williams, USC quarterback.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Who left University of Oklahoma?
Yes, sir.
Oh, him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's all right.
In the NFL, I think probably Stephon Diggs. Great route runner.
Oh, his brother, that was not an interception the other day in the Dallas game.
Trayvon,
That was not. It hit the ground.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you guys think about playing football obviously in high school, but do you have aspirations of going even beyond that, maybe even to college to play football?
Yes, sir, we do.
So, Coach, tell me your conversation with them, even though I know they're in 8th grade, but 8th grade students are now recruitable students, right? So, not just recruiting to a different high school, go to your high school, but being recruited at the collegiate level. What do you talk about going to summer camps? Because I'm not sure how old you are, but when I went to University of Oklahoma in the 90s, camps were not as big, right? 7-on-7 had just started. So what is your conversation about to try to help these young men get to that next level?
Yeah, the main thing is, we just want them to be coachable. I know that, we do live in a day and an age of social media, so they're getting a lot more exposure than, like you said, we mentioned. I am 31, so I didn't get the social media side of things, but they definitely, I just try to let them know, like, you know, no matter what, you can't stop working.
Sure.
And that's one thing I don't want them to ever get comfortable. And we talk about that because it's, you know, we've had success, but it's like, hey, we did really good in this area, but we have to work on this.
Sure.
Because I want them to just keep their heads down and work, because at the end of the day, they have people like us, other coaches, parents that are going to, you know, put the social media out there for them. So
Sure.
I just want them to work hard.
So thus far, you're 7-0.
Yes,
I know you haven't had your greatest moment yet, but tell me up until this point what has been your fondest, greatest memory thus far, and then I'll ask you, Marvion.
My favorite memory thus far is winning every game and blowing teams out by 20, 30, 40 every game. Yes, sir.
Yeah, same thing. And
whatever he says.
And I had a great catch this year. Probably my best time.
You had a one-handed catch for a touchdown.
What it looked like? Tell me, because listen, I'm a receiver now. You're going to have to say something. I know I don't look like it. I look like an offensive lineman right now, but watch yourself, big boy.
Yeah, so I rolled out, threw to Marvion, like 35 yards. Marvion Odell'd it, and he ran 20 for the touchdown.
See, I'm coming. You guys have just talked way too much now. I got to go see what's going down at the Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, so you guys, tell me what practice looks like, and then I'm going to ask you guys to describe what kind of coach he is.
Okay. Well, it depends on the day. You know, we try to hit the ground with high intensity. I knew that kind of set the stage. If we come out,
coaches decide in the locker room, like today we're going to be just as mean as we can in the best possible way.
Yeah. Today we had probably, you know, we had like a 45-minute practice, but it was really sharp.
Gotcha.
And that's one thing we try to just get them focused. And with middle school boys, sometimes that's a challenge. But when we're on, we are on. So. Yes,
all right. So tell me, what do you guys think about your coach, Coach Tapia?
I love Coach Tapia. Coach Tapia is always here for us, like all of our other coaches are. And Coach Tapia is a great guy.
Sure.
Calls good plays.
Yep. You know, he's younger, kind of, you know, relates to a lot of us most of the time. If we are, you know, goofing off around like practice and stuff, you know, he'll tell us to get our stuff together. He's not, you know, too mean about it. He's not too nice about it. Great coach.
Gotcha.
Great coach.
So Coach, tell me this. You mentioned the activities that happen at Grant in terms of off-season. How are you liking this potential vertical integration between a high school's kind of feeder school? Yeah. What do you think about that, and then how involved are those high school coaches in what you're doing?
I mean, I think it's great because, for one, they're kind of getting expectation of what's going to be when they get to high school. Mm-hmm. And the coaches, we've had Matt Lane at Southeast. We've also had Alex Levacy at U.S. Grant come down and just try to, like, you know, not necessarily recruit, but they're definitely, I mean, I know they're trying to recruit, but they're just trying to, like, let them know, like, hey, wherever you go, you know, we're going to, you know, take care of you. And, you know, there is an expectation when you get there. So I take it as my job to try to set them up for as much success when they get there so they can just hit the ground running.
Sure.
So.
No, I think that's absolutely important because I think when you look at the outliers, the suburbs, and they've been traditionally successful because they've had this vertical integration of their sports. You know, the east side of the state of Oklahoma won most of the championships forever. And the ones that you see winning anymore these days, they really have a program from top to bottom. So I think that's really cool. Hey, guys, unlike the girls that were from Belle softball, before game, what you listening to?
Oh, well, on the bus, we just get each other ready. We don't really be listening to music. And if it is music, we listen to Young Boy or NLE.
Or Old Boy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
That, or we do sing our own songs.
Yeah.
Y'all made up some?
No, not made them up.
It's just like we ready.
Yeah. We are ready.
Yeah, Javion Johnson and Dontre Drew get us pumped up before the game. So does Donald Sanders.
Okay. So, Coach, what is your pregame routine like? What are you saying to these guys?
For me, I like to fire them up. That's one thing that I'll do. I try to find some form of motivation, whether it's you know, like we have Jefferson, that's our big rival, and they're both, like you said, feeder schools to Grant and the surrounding areas. So for this week, we're coming for revenge. So that's kind of been the motivation. They beat us last year.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
yes,
all right.
So,
well, no, that's pretty cool. So do you talk much about diet, right? So what's important nutritionally to put in your body? So you can talk to me a little bit about that, and then I'm going to ask you guys, the ladies, they just eat granola bars and Kai's bars, but I'm going to see what yours, if your diet is a little bit different. So tell me your conversation about to them.
Well, mine is just getting them to eat anything besides Takis, you know. So
I got to be honest. I didn't know what a Taki was until not too long ago.
So
who eats this? And they're hot.
They are.
Like,
Definitely.
why?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah. So like I've seen that, like you know, because they do get free lunch, and they'll be at practice complaining about having a headache, and I'm, you know, have you eat anything today? And normally it's no, the lunch was nasty or whatever. So I'm like, well, y'all have to eat some. So I try to just, you know, have peanut butter sandwich or something for them just on standby. But
gotcha.
You know, I would love to get more into diet, but
gotcha. What's your meal, Roman?
Well, I be eating like regular lunch. I just eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich and some chips. But I gotta make sure they eat right too, so they ain't feeling bad at practice.
Hey, I don't know, man. You guys eating too healthy. I don't know peanut butter. I want pizza with grease rolling down my arm.
Yeah.
Marvion?
At school, not really. But
what do you tell your mom to cook for you?
I don't know, cause usually when I get home, she already has something made.
Yeah.
So I don't really get to control it. But at school, I don't eat the pizza, but I do eat the PB&J.
Okay. You guys good peanut butter and jelly, you guys. Hey, Coach, when you think about do two things for me. Sell your program for those who are listening. Tell them where they can come see you guys play next, and then how they can have an impact on what you guys are doing at Roosevelt.
Okay. Well, the Roosevelt Titans are definitely on the up and coming. We have plenty of athletes in the building. We have, you know, we've had multiple sports that have been successful. Even our softball team, who actually lost to Belle, so they were here, and we were joking that it would have been cool if they would have won and we both would have been up here today.
Absolutely.
But our program is it's growing. You know, we've got weight program now that I'm gonna start after the season, so I can implement. Culture has just changed. Like I mentioned, the grades. You know, what has been like kind of rumors of the past for Roosevelt, we're putting it into that. You know, we definitely want to be successful in all avenues. And what was that second part? I apologize.
Well, no apologies necessary. Listen, I think to hear you talk is to hear them talk, right? And you guys you speak with such a level of just confidence and faith in yourselves, not to put down anyone. But you and I both know as athletes, it takes that. Like you got to have this level of self-confidence, right? Not to be over the top, but I think that's really cool. You guys, who would you like to say thank you to for those people who've had an impact in your time as a football player at Roosevelt?
Well, for me, I want to say everyone on the team, every coaches, all the coaches are here for us anytime we need them, and all the players on the team are here for us anytime we need them.
You don't think your mom and dad or the cafeteria lady who she makes that pizza for you and you decide not to eat it?
Nah, but I think Coach George at QB Impact Academy, he's always here for me, getting me ready for this season and getting me through the season.
Gotcha. What about you, Mario?
Yeah, definitely my mom and dad probably been here for, you know, they've been there for me all the time. You know, anything I need, like, you know, they get it. You know, not spoiled, but yeah.
but real close to spoiled.
Yeah, kind of. Definitely players. You know, couldn't do it without the linemen. You know, great coaching staff. Teachers.
Cool.
Some of them. Yeah.
All of them. Serve a purpose.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, who would you like to thank out there when you look around OKCPS and what the athletic directors have done and relationships with Fields and Futures and Cleats for Kids and all of those kinds of things? Who out there would you want to say thank you to for what they've helped you guys accomplish?
Well, for one, I just want to thank my wife. I mean, her support has just been.
That's probably a good one to start with.
Has been amazing, and as well my 2 daughters, Ella and Violet. But outside of that, Miss Suttles, like our head principal, she has kind of just paved the way for the football team, and anything that we need to do that, like anything we need outside of the building, she'll come up. It doesn't matter what time, and she's just been super helpful. Other than that. I'm still learning, so I definitely just thank y'all for sure, because we've never been given a platform like this from Roosevelt from what I've heard. So
no, man, I think it's really cool, and to have middle school on here is a lot of fun. And tell us where you guys are playing again. Tell us the next 2 games, the last 2 games.
Yes, sir. So we have Jefferson Middle School tomorrow at Spiegel Stadium at 7 p.m.
Gotcha.
And then the championship is at Taft, I believe. I'm not too sure on the time yet, but it is against John Marshall.
All right. Sir. Listen, it's going down. Be there or be square. And that championship game is at 6 o'clock at Taft Stadium on next
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yes,
it's happening. Thank you for listening to Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Thank you for Kai's Concepts. We thank Perry Broadcast and Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, Impressions Printing, and Big O's Barbecue. I'll see you soon.
James here with Boomer Kia. Heard this before? Location, location, location. There's one location for the best deals on a brand new Kia. Boomer Kia. Go to boomerkia.com, click the iPreCheck banner, and get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Then get to Boomer Kia off I-240 in South OKC.
Come and enjoy ZT Cigars, private lounge and TVs, Crowned Heads, Crux, Padron, My Father, Davidoff Cigars, and